just like stuffed the compass in it.
So when I get back, I'll fix it with a bit of solder. Can't really do much until then. After last night running out of fuel and bleeding the engine, I don't really...
Just don't touch anything.
Just don't feel like touching anything anymore. Yeah, I'm close. Just about to go over the bar. We're just coming up to our entry waypoints.
So we're suiting up in the life jackets.
Nerves are high. Although we have been told that it's pretty calm today out there.
It's a pretty flat day, so it's probably a good day to come through.
Yeah, so it should be good. We're all locked up, hatches are down, everything's tied down, getting life jackets on. Really excited.
All the hatches are closed. Wide Bay Bar. What's that?
Wide Bay Bar is notoriously dangerous.
Chris is putting along still. So far so good. We've gone past the barge area. And if you can see the bar behind me just there, that's where we're heading. It's a couple of breaks, but not too bad. I think the swell's not too high at the moment.
I think we'll just roll over the top.
Yeah, hopefully.
That's the plan anyway.
Fingers crossed. I'm not sure what's more nerve-wracking, going through here or going through those tight spots in the sandy straits. Both pretty challenging.
Yeah.
We got the GPS points from the Coast Guard for the bar. So normally they'll give you the coordinates and you just follow those to get through, because it shifts depending on the day. But when we chucked them in, our system must be different, because the GPS points were sort of lying like on the ground, so we can't use them. So we're just following the suggested track on Navionics, and we'll just keep using our eyes, looking out for the wave breaks.
Staying away from the breaks, we should be fine.
Yeah. What's that?
Just got to stay away from the whitewash wherever there's a breaking wave, because obviously, there's a dolphin. Just to stop, because obviously the shallower it is where the water's breaking over, so if we can just avoid them, sort of stick on the line as much, or Navionics as much as we can, should be alright. It's pretty calm out there. I mean, there's a bit of whitewash, but
Yeah. I mean, lucky, we did speak to the Coast Guard and he did say it was pretty flat today.
yeah, he did.
Yeah. So hopefully it's still flat. We just missed sort of high tide, so it's high tide peak was about half an hour ago, so it's just turning now.
So we're just coming up to the bar.
Yeah, I'll show the camera where we are. That's there. That's the other tip there, so we're coming up pretty close. Oh, it's probably going to be too windy anyway.
A couple of breakers straight over there.
Okay.
Look at the waves out there.
So how fast are we going?
Doing 5 knots.
Yeah.
We're just idling along, doing 5 knots. Got that much weight on board, so we're hooking along. As soon as we get out here, we'll put some sails up.
Yeah.
It's good to see the boat move finally. Been in this boat.
Rather than just being still.
Been in that canal for too long.
There's Fraser there, the little Fraser. See the breakers there that we're avoiding. There's a few in front, so a bit of a break that we have to go around.
Coming through the sandy straits was great. I absolutely loved it. We rolled over the bar like there was nothing even there. We had the perfect weather. It was finally great to see Insatiable moving around, and I definitely recommend the sandy straits to anyone who is willing to get it done. It is by far a beautiful part of the world.
Alright, what are we doing?
Sailing in the open sea.
Woohoo! We just pulled the sails up, as you can see. Cruising along, that's Double Island Point to the south of us, which is what we're aiming for. How fast are we going?
I reckon we're picking up speed.
We're doing 3.5.
3.6.
We're in like 3.3, 3.6, 3.7 knots. Which is alright. That's where the whales were before.
That's whales. Absolutely.
On the lean. Yeah. Bit of a lean. Moving along. What's our speed?
We're at 4 now. 4
We're at
knots.
4 knots. Cruising down to DI.
That's why I bought a boat. It's beautiful. I would have to say when I first decided that I wanted to buy a boat, I always had that feeling when I was there and I had the sails up, and it was a time for me to just sit back and see those sails up, and sailing out of the Wide Bay Bar and heading down towards Double Island Point for a night with those sails up was just incredible. It was really good to see the boat get on a bit of lean, and we had whales and dolphins cruising around, and by far, I would definitely recommend to anyone who's willing to give it a go and take that challenge to buying a sailboat and learning how to sail to definitely do it.
Chris is jumping in the hatch to change over the water tanks.
I thought it was called the naughty hole.
Yeah. What did I call it?
The hatch.
Oh, the naughty hole. Chris has been naughty, someone quick shut the door. We just anchored up at Double Island Point, the quiet side. There's a cat, and is that another sailboat or a cat in the background?
You know what the problem is?
Oh, there is a sailboat there. They're really close, aren't they?
What's wrong?
After falling asleep in such a beautiful paradise, we spent the night with over 1/2 metre swells all night long. Hitting the boat on the port side, it made for a very uncomfortable night, and I was ready to leave by 3 AM in the morning. We waited till 6 and then we headed
It
off.
was really roly-poly night.
Horrible.
Chris and I got up at about 3 o'clock because Chris wanted to leave, but then we just came up in the cockpit and ended up falling asleep for another few hours. Now we're making our way back.
Pretty beautiful place though. Wolf Rock. Heading out to Wolf Rock, and we're gonna head south, sail down, keep on cruising. What do you reckon?
And it's Chris's birthday today.
Yay!
27.
Happy birthday to me. Wind. Just flapping around.
Rolling. Saving the wheel. Getting the storm cooked up down here. Some bacon and all the leftovers. Like some sausages from yesterday there, and Emily's just doing some pancakes.
Slow down.
Yeah, slide the boat down.
Keep it going a little bit. Not a fish.
You think so?
Wow.
Hey Larissa.
Do you need a net?
Yeah. Probably need that.
You're a net, you want this? Oh, yeah. you want the net?
We caught this beautiful little tuna heading from Double Island Point down to Mooloolaba. Unfortunately, he was a little bit too small to keep, so he went back in the water, but I'm sure with all the sailing we have coming up, hopefully we'll find something a little bit better.
That is awesome. Beautiful. Good job. Yeah, I'll grab a photo of it. Thanks, Liz. Give me a kiss. We got some dolphins. They must have been chasing the tuna. Where'd he go? That's awesome. That is freaking cool.
Sailing is not always dolphins and catching fish and hanging out in the sun. Disaster struck for us when we least expected it, and it definitely caught us off guard. Had to be something.
Right at the end.
Oh well, what do you do, eh? Such as boating. After 5 days heading down from Bundaberg, we were 5 nautical miles from our destination, now home in Mooloolaba. As we were just passing Majimba Island, we had heard a big bang in the engine room. We weren't sure what had happened, but after further investigation, we had found out that the coupling between the back of the gearbox and the prop shaft had shattered. We regrouped, we sat down, we talked about what we needed to do, and as you can see in the back there, we've got the Coast Guard heading out towards us. It was a quick phone call, and they were out to us in about 45 minutes. We sailed in as far as we could to make it a shorter distance, and they came out and we tied up and got towed back in home. Pull it tight, please. Over.
Regardless, I got it.
Loosen it. Why is it so tight now? There you go.
So I wonder how they go about doing this.
Right about now, the gentleman on the front of the Coast Guard boat is telling me where he wants to tie up the tow rope to. We had a discussion yelling out whether we were going to tie it up to the cleat on the front of the boat or the winch itself. We ended up tying it to the winch because we thought that that would be the strongest part of the boat, and they continued to tow us into Mooloolaba. After giving the thumbs up, the Coast Guard was pretty happy with where we had tied the rope. They decided to let about 100 metres of rope out, so we had a fair bit of distance, and the power between the motorboat pulling a sailboat dead in the water wasn't enough to make any damage. There was plenty of spring in the rope, and it was a pretty easy ride in. Probably took about 20 minutes to get back. It's just a shame that we didn't end up making it all the way.
Is this the part where we start saying happy birthday? Got no story.
Coming into Mooloolaba was pretty bittersweet. I had looked forward to this moment for many a months before I had purchased the boat. I was always looking forward to firstly getting it through the sandy straits and then getting us safely into our harbour. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get us there by ourselves, but I'm really lucky, and I couldn't thank the Coast Guard enough for their support and their really quick actions. A massive thank you to all of our viewers. Make sure you stay tuned, leave your comments below, we'll let you know what happened to Insatiable.